Hello, fellow people of the internet. It is that random Scottish guy again, and before I start, welcome to the podcast with no name. You could find this podcast on Spotify, YouTube, and just wherever you get your podcasts, but mostly on I have right now is only available on Spotify and on YouTube. You can listen to it on YouTube Music. Um, I wish Google Podcasts was still around, but I think they changed it to YouTube Music, which is the default now. YouTube, Google Podcasts was a good service. It's a shame that they removed it and then changed it to. What pisses me off is the fact they changed it to YouTube Music now because they give you like more. At least there was like more than like there's more than bloody more options to listen to your favorite podcasts nowadays instead of having one relying on one service. You have Apple, you have Spotify, you have YouTube. You have so many others that I'm sure I haven't even thought. Figures iHeartRadio. There's plenty of others anyway. So my podcast is only available as of now on YouTube and on Spotify. You cannot find it anywhere else. Um, so the main topic is, unfortunately, I had to address it, politics. Um, well, it was Trump's inauguration, uh, as of as of now, as of today. Trump's inauguration took place yesterday. It was in the afternoon. It happened sometime in the afternoon. They were 30 minutes late in starting, apparently. Oh, an events that happened, and Trump has announced the new gender this new gender policy bullshit. Yes. Apparently, apparent size Trump signs order to deny citizenship to some U.S. born children. On January 21st, 2025, President Trump signed an executive order aimed at altering interpretation of birthright citizenship under the U.S. Constitution's 14th Amendment. The order specifies that children born in the U.S. to parents who are unauthorized immigrants or holders of temporary visas will not be automatically granted U.S. citizenship. This move has sparked immediate legal challenges from civil rights and immigrant advocacy groups, arguing that other violates constitutional rights. Yeah, and the gender policy where he's only assigned like two genders. He signed an executive order that the US should only recognize two genders. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. Oh, and there's even an image of Elon Musk doing an anti Semitic sign. Yeah. Yeah, he's got that same rhetoric down, doesn't he? It's wow. President Donald Trump just withdrew the United States from World Health Organization. He's done so many bad things. Yeah. No inauguration speech. Zaki's substance, I mean, really just awful, as it appears that he just declared war on Panama in the speech. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't do anything much about it. This is a joke. It might be misinterpreted as that difficult. It seems it says transgender athletes will not be allowed to participate in women's sport. He is Donald Trump is already making all the wrong uh all the fucking wrong decisions so far. How I put it in my own words, Trump is sending Joe Biden's executive order that sought to advance educational and economic equality for Black and Hispanic Americans. Oh, oh no. He's also, yes, it's made it clear that Trump is also a racist. What is the policy's impact? Policy impact involves extended efforts to advance educational and economic equality for Black and Hispanic Americans, potentially reduces support opportunity for these communities. With our concerns that this action might undo the progress made towards systematic fairness and justice for underserved groups, critics argue that this could be a setback, potentially reinforcing inequality environmental initiatives aimed at addressing historical disadvantages. He's blocking every all undoing everything that Joe Biden did during his presidency. Donald Trump has signed an executive order declaring U.S. government will only recognize two biological sexes, male and female. Legal documentation will now reflect only two biological sexes, male and female. Their own sex, male, female, men, women, boys, girls, will be used in all federal policy documents or communications, replacing gender in the context of a sex-based distinctions. Previous order that allowed for border identity recognition in federal documentation being rescinded. So he's revoked everything that Joe Biden did. Yeah. People's biology and sex is not that is not the most interesting thing about people. You should not be able it should be illegal for him as a president of the United States to take away people's human rights. I mean, he's just making all the wrong decisions. You're sending 78 binary executive actions orders and memoranda implementing very key implement a regularity freeze to halt new regulations until full control of the government's achieved. Freezing federal hiring expectations for the military and other specified categories, requiring all federal workers to return full-time in personal community, directing every federal department agency to address ongoing costs of living, withdrawing from the Paris Climate Agreement, saving over $1 trillion, sending a letter to 90 formally announced his withdrawal from the Paris Climate Agreement. Let's just let's just say he has made all the terrible wrong mistakes, uh, is on doing all the right decisions. I'm not saying that Joe Biden was a perfect president by any means, nor is any. Most of the presidents have made terrible decisions. Just a conspiracy theory, I mean, that's a whole other topic, but I don't want to become the next Joe Rogan on my podcast. I don't want to become the next Joe Rogan. I don't want to promote any brain rot, any potential brain rot. I could brain rot and conspiracy theories on my podcast. I want to keep this clean. I want to keep this non-bias. Although I tend to lean more to the left, and if you don't agree, that's fine. And to lean more to the left on some of on some politics. But then when it comes to other decision making in politics, I lean more to the right. So you could say I'm a fence sitter, and that's okay, because I don't agree with even if there's things I don't agree on both sides. I admit there's so many mistakes that politicians have made, even in the UK, the Labour government is doing a terrible job at running the country at the moment. They have they're putting more arrest warrants out for people just expressing their freedom of speech. Um, one good thing I can say is that they're they're putting their foot down on knife crime, and they've banned the use of illegal weapons that have been smuggled in this country. They're not doing anything about the legal immigration policies that the Conservative government put in place. I don't know how in the UK, for those who don't live in the UK, but policy in place, they were trying to stop the boat illegal immigrants coming into this country from the Channel crossing and crossing into Dover, which is southern England, on the English Channel. So they were trying to prevent illegal immigrants crossing on the English Channel. Labour seems to be doing nothing about that. The other terrible thing is they raised people's taxes. They're making the richer, they're making the poor, they're making people, what they're doing is, in a way, they're making people more poor. Um, they're, they say they want to fix the economy. They want to fix the economy. You should probably try and do something about the tax prices. Like, maybe lower the tax rate and the lower the mortgage, the housing prices, the rent prices. Um, we're currently living in a political climate of civil unrest, and if gov our governments equally aren't going to do shit about it, then every politician, every world politician The government is corrupt and are evil, and and Labour is supposed to be, and Labour is like the one who is supposed to be the working party for the people. I don't see them doing anything that suggests they're the working party for the people. Um, so therefore, I can't trust any politicians to run our country. All politicians seem to not want to do anything of our time. They're not any politician, both British and American governments right now are corrupt and want to do things their way. They seem to be on an agenda. They seem to have an agenda that clearly not everyone agrees with that agenda. And no wonder the world is now a fucking cesspool to live in because we're living in civil unrest. We're suffering from rising prices. Like eggs have gone up in price both in the UK and America. It's too expensive to buy food, too expensive to pay our bills. Some people have lost their homes because of this and are relying, because they can't afford to buy food, are relying on food shelter, or relying on like these special shelters uh, where they accept charity donations from people, like warm clothes, food, just a place to live. And the government is not doing anything about it. It's just complete and utter chaos at the moment. Yeah, we can't do much about it at the moment because our governments are just so fucking corrupt. That's all they are. It's a pain in my arse. A pain to everyone. If we like trust, if we trust the government, if we could trust the, if in the future or alternative universe where we could trust the government and we have a government that actually cares about our stance or and worldview and actually takes care to listen to us, then we would be living in a world of civil unrest where there's so many protests and violence and riots, and there's a war. There's like two wars going on at the same time. We could be heading into World War III, the way things are carrying on at the moment. And if Donald Trump isn't going to do anything to stop the escalation into World War III, then we could see a third world war. We could potentially, our countries could potentially be nuked. We could find ourselves being nuked out of existence the way things are going. I don't see Trump lasting like 4 years in office. I see him fucking everything. What I see him fucking his whole country, letting everyone down. As so far, he seems to be doing everything that Biden previously did. And he's promising. He's promised, he's made it absolutely clear that he wants to fix under all the shit that the Biden administration uh, put in place, all the laws that and policies that have been passed during his time as government, like the gender policy, that he wants to undo all the gender policies. He wants to lower the taxes. He, want, he wants to fix the economy, which is a good thing. I don't agree about the fucking gender policies that there should be, that the US government should only recognize two genders. I think that's going a bit too far. Their stance on politics is skewed, is now evolving. Their government is devolving into neo-Nazism. Elon Musk has even done a fucking alleged anti-Semitic Hitler salute. Um, so the way Trump is going, he's devolving into neo-Nazism. We could see how. Well, no, I'm gonna stop myself there. But yeah, I think I've had enough. I think that that's enough talking about politics. We should move on to something more that everyone can actually agree with for once. Oh, and I've heard that Belfield, uh, Alex Belfield was convicted 5 years, 5.5 years of being a stalker. He's apparently being released out on license. Released this year in June on license conditions. And he's uploaded a new video to his YouTube channel where he appears to be joking about his stalking crimes. Okay, he was promoting. He he appears of an AI video of him. Seems to be making fun and joking about his crimes, while promoting an upcoming summer tour. Refers to him, refers to him as the convicted stalker. Thank you for stalking as Belvin, officially a political prisoners in 2023. Yeah, yeah. Here we go with his corruptly evil BBC Crown Court exposed agenda. The same stick he's been doing that has been getting old, uh, has been old since 2022. And it is old videos. They're not up. I think there's clips where he's made sexist, misogynistic race. He has racist values. He has strange obsessions with celebrities like Katie Price, Jeremy Vine. Uh, Jeremy Vine is one of his stalking victims, sent threatening, imposing emails to him, threatening to dox his address, and leak his emails and get his phone number. He even asked his audience to call in and harass Jeremy Vine live on air at some point. That's how evil and violent, corrupt Alex Belfield is. Well, he's been exposed as being not who he says he is, and people have seen the light, and they're like, yeah, these people are against him. Even his own people turned against him. I saw so many videos of people exposing his stalking crimes, exposing for who he really is. He's not the voice of reason. He's more the voice of stalking. Free speech. Then why the fuck is there videos of him telling people to shut the fuck up live on air, uh, censoring their free speech while they're trying to get an opinion across, and it escalates into an argument with his viewers. So he has hate, spite towards his own fans. He shows more contempt towards his own fans and audience, what's ever left of it. Some people have subscribed. He still has like 300,000 odd followers on a YouTube channel, which I'm actually shocked at. He's even still kept an audience. That's all. That's basically all I have to say. I have nothing really else to say other than good luck. Good luck with your new tour, and I hope you get what you want. But at the end of the day, if he carries on the way, he's going to find himself back in prison, locked up. He's going to have his sentence is going to be extended for another few years. That's what I'm hoping. I hope his license executive orders are fucking revoked, and he is sent back to prison. I mean, he's probably going to do. He's not changed. He's still the same Alex Belford as he was even before he was convicted. Before he was found guilty of 4 of his stalking charges. What a complete idiot. But I don't think Alex Belford is an idiot. He's pretty smart, as he can manipulate and lie to his audience and get them to pay £1 per day to watch his videos on his website. Yeah, he's scammed his audience and viewers for money just to watch his videos, just to watch him go on the same old bullshit rants and those like live phone-ins he does like it was every Wednesday and Sunday and Wednesday every week for like the past like 2 years it was before his conviction. Well, before he was sent to prison on licensing conditions. So yeah, all. That's all I've got to say on Alex Belfield. I'm amazed that he's allowed to. I mean, the sentencing was a bit harsh, but I don't agree he should be let out on license because I don't want to hear. I don't think he's changed. He's not changed at all. I think he's back to his old incriminating, dangerous ways. But as he was before, he was convicted, a convicted felon, a stalker, a man who is so dangerous that he shouldn't be out on license. Oh, and he was a former BBC radio presenter as well. He used to do a radio live phone-ins, and he still had the same personality as he did when he was on BBC, when he was on BBC Radio. And he was contract was suspended by the BBC because he was saying the most unsavory things live on air to a at the time BBC weather presenter. This was back in near Christmas in 2011. I think I'm amazed he lasted as long as on BBC Radio as he did. And I think that incident is what sparked Belfield's vendetta against the BBC. He's claimed he wants to sue them in the past for having his contract suspended. Anyway, that's enough, Alex Belfield. Let's move on. I don't think I think that does it for this episode. I don't think there's anything else to really talk about and share. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you for the more uh, episodes. Cheerio, and have a good night.